Students, today we are going to study chapter 2 is matter pure around us. Before dealing with this topic, let's recapitulate what we have learned in the previous chapter. What is matter? Anything that occupies space and has mass is considered to be matter. For example, a bus, it occupies space and has mass, so it is called matter. So all the objects here are matter, whereas on the other side, the emojis do not occupy any kind of space and do not have mass, so they cannot be considered as matter. Now, in common language, pure substance means the substance which do not have any kind of adulteration or impurities mixed in it. For example, milk, we consider it to be pure, ghee, and so on. And impure means the one which have different kind of adulterations mixed in it. So, for example, if we take ghee and dalda ghee is mixed in it, it will be called as adulteration or impure substance. What actually purity means, according to the scientist, is it is made up of only one type of particles. If we take the example of silver, all the particles in the silver will be same, and same is with the oxygen, hydrogen and copper. But if we talk about salt and carbon dioxide, salt formula is NaCl and carbon dioxide is CO2. But still I have placed them in this category because a substance need not to be only made up of same type of particles. It can be made up of more than one type of particles and they can be called pure, but the particles need to be present in a fixed ratio. As in case of water, if I talk about water, the formula of water will remain same, that is H2O. Whether I talk of rainwater, whether I talk about seawater, lake water, river, anywhere. Similarly, the formula of carbon dioxide won't be changing whether I'm in my room or outside. So all these substances here having fixed formula or fixed elements are known to be pure. But a pure substance cannot be separated by physical methods like evaporation and filtration. For example, we cannot separate Na and Cl, that is sodium and chloride, from NaCl just by evaporation. So it is a pure substance. Pure substance can be classified as elements if it is made up of single type of particle, and compounds if it is made up of more than one type of particle but in a fixed ratio. And pure substance, we have seen its elements and compounds. Similarly, impure substance is called mixture. Here, element, silver, all the particles are same. NaCl, it's made up of two type of particle but in fixed ratio, whereas in mixture there are different type of particles but not necessarily to be in a fixed ratio. So mixture is formed when two or more substances are mixed in any ratio. Now here we have salt dissolved in water and oil dissolved in water. In both the cases, you can see salt is completely dissolving in this water, but oil is forming a separate layer on the top. So based on whether the substance is mixing or dissolving in the other substance or not, we classify the mixtures as two. What are the two categories? Let's see. One is homogeneous and the other category is heterogeneous. Mixtures which have uniform composition throughout, as in case of salt and water, or you can say sugar and water, where we cannot see where the salt has gone. So this kind of mixture is called homogeneous mixture. Whereas the mud and water, if we take the example of mud and water, mud will settle down and water will be on the top. So this kind of mixture where we see a clear boundary of separation, two layers of different components, is called heterogeneous mixture. Now, homogeneous mixture can also be called true solution because they are transparent. They can be considered to be transparent where you can see the other side. So, sugar and water, salt in water, these are true solution. As the particle size is very small, so we cannot see the particles. So next, heterogeneous mixtures can be classified as suspension and colloids. Colloids, they are in particles in between the range of 10 to the power 7 to 10 to the power minus 9, and here also the particles are not visible to us, whereas in suspension, for example mud and water, the particle size is somewhat bigger, so we can see the particles of the substance. A solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. We have taken the example of salt in water, sugar in water. We can take lemon in water, lemon juice in water. So it's not necessarily that a solution is only a liquid. It can be a solid in a liquid in a gas, and we can also have a solid in a solid, that's alloys or bronze. Similarly, we can have gaseous solution, for example, air, which is a homogeneous mixture of different gases. Now, solution has two parts, solvent and solute. If we talk about solvent, in case of sugar and water, water is the solvent as it is present in larger amount. Similarly, salt is a solute which is present in the lesser amount. Properties of true solution. The solution is a homogeneous mixture and particles cannot be seen by the naked eye because they are too small to be filtered by filtration. We cannot separate solute and solvent, that is salt and water, by filtration. So solute particles do not settle down at the bottom, and the important thing, they do not scatter the beam of light, and the path of light is not visible in solution. So how is this? Just see here in a forest, in a canopy, you can see the sun rays are making the path of the light visible. So this type of effect is called Tyndall effect. So when a beam of light is passed through solution, the particles of this will not scatter. So when a ray of light enters a dark room, it is scattered by dust particles present in the air, and we can see the path of the light clearly. Types of solution. Based on the amount of solute, we have different types of solution. One is a saturated. Now, how can we say a solution is saturated? If you try to add more and more salt or sugar into this water, a time will come when no more sugar will dissolve and will start settling at the bottom. So this type of solution where no more solute can be added is called saturated solution. On the other hand, a solution in which more amount of solute can still be dissolved is called a unsaturated solution. Suspension. As already told, mud and water solution is a suspension. It's a heterogeneous mixture because particles settle down when we leave them undisturbed for a time. Properties of suspension. Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. Particles as of mud, they can be seen with naked eye. You can filter the particles of mud and water by filter. So, solute particles settle down as already seen in mud, and they scatter the beam of light. That means when we pass the light through this kind of solution, the path of light will be visible to us. All the particles of that particular solution will be visible to us. Colloidal solution. The best example of colloidal solution is milk. Milk, you see to be appearing as homogeneous because we cannot see any different layers, but it's a heterogeneous mixture. So due to relatively smaller size of particle, the mixture appears to be homogeneous. Colloids properties are heterogeneous. Particles cannot be seen with naked eye, and they show the Tyndall effect, that is scattering of beam of light. Here you can see when the torch light is passed through all these three mixtures, Collider and suspension are showing the path of light, but solution don't. Components of collide: dispersed phase and dispersing medium. As in case of solution, we have seen there are two parts. Here also dispersed phase, the component which is going to be dissolved, and the component in which the other part is going to be dissolved is called dispersing medium, in which we are going to add the other particle. So based on the type of dispersed phase and the dispersing medium, we have different types of mixed colloids. If a liquid is dissolved in a gas, it is called aerosol, example fog, clouds, mist. If a solid is going to be dissolved in a gas, it will be forming an aerosol again. Gas in liquid will form foam. Liquid in a liquid will form emulsion. Solid in liquid will form sol. Gas in solid will form again a foam. Liquid in solid will form gel, and solid in a solid will form solid sol. So these are different types of colloids based on the matter, dispersed phase and dispersing medium or space. We can see here the different types of colloids with the examples again. We have aerosol, example fog, foam, we have whipped cream, emulsion, liquid, milk. So sol, we have paint, solid foam, we have marshmallows, solid emulsion, we have cheese, and solid sol, we have pearl. So all these types of colloids are based on the type of phase and medium. So today we have studied about different type of mixtures based on the composition of their particles. Thank you.